And the 2-year-olds are good to go. Estriella the favourite. Just a bit happening in the gates there. Ready now. And they're racing. Estriella jumps sharp. So did Shaken wide out and desperately handled the start well. Zach Lloyd going forward on Shaken. A length in front early from Estriella, who looks quite content to hand up in second spot. Although he slams the brakes here on Shaken. Desperately 3 wide in third. Couple off to Sounds of Heaven. Cabalas into a clear fifth. Then Infatuation on the outside of Zali. Porta Rosa, Untouchable Legend. And a gap back to Voss Savant. And 3 lengths to Destructive Diva. So it's Shaken in front of Estriella. The 2 favourites are half length between the pair coming around the turn. Sounds of Heaven then from Desperately. Cabala's peeling wide. Infatuation the deepest as they swing for home now. It's Shaken on the inside of Estriella. Nothing between the pair. Zach Lloyd on Shaken. Gibbons goes full bore on Estriella. And now Cabalas is starting to run on. Inside the 250. Shaken in front. Cabalas could be the danger. Estriella starting to lift now. It's Cabalas and Estriella. Estriella. Cabalas with the nose in front, and Cabalas just beat Estriella. A gap back to Shaken third, followed then by Voss Savant after a margin from Untouchable Legend, Destructive Diva, then Porta Rosa. Further back to Infatuation, a gap to Desperately, and Sounds of Heaven.
He's back. McDonald's back. These 2 kids have got far too much publicity. McDonald over the top. Move over, kids. I'm back. $11. $12 on the NOP. On the tote, $14.10 and $2.90. McDonald in the first. What's going on?
I don't know, but he's a good colt, I think. Coming back in distance, he landed into a position, and after having a run, he was switched on. I thought there was a lot of merit in the second filly because he come to put a couple of lengths on her, and I loved the way she rallied there, Australia, and had her chance, the third filly, Shaken. But 1-2, I think, a pretty smart moving forward into this early spring.
Okay, the original time they put up was pretty slick. They originally put up 63.25, and if that's right, that would be a class record, which was held by Paraguay, and it was set back in 2010, but they've taken it. Well, they haven't posted it officially on the infield semaphore board. So this track in pretty good nick. We'll get an upgrade if that time's right, you'd think, for the winner, Cabalas, McDonald and Waller. 5 is second, Estriella Gibbons for Ma and Eustace, and 6 Zach Lloyd on for James Cummings Shaken. And that time has been confirmed, 63.25 and 34.26 the last 600, a half head by 3 lengths. And that is the first here at Randwick.
And National Wheeler aboard. So DiMaggio's the last to move in. They're locked and loaded, big field for the midway in what's a very open race. Dr. Evil the favourite. Racing now. Pretty good line out. Vain Invader jumps sharply off the inside. Moorestown and Forecaster moving forward. Lisa's going to park just behind them from Electrica. Then came Wealthy Investor. Alfano in the green and the inside of Baranoff. Dr. Evil slipping up the fence. DiMaggio from the extreme outside gates looking for a spot in advance of Go Troppo. Then came Yika, who's taken a position down on the rails. Between runners Siren Star. Real Peace taken back to sit on the outside of Phillipsburg. They find their spots now at the 1,000. Forecaster led from Moorestown, and Vain Invader leaders back third. Length and a half to Lease, 2 off to Baranoff on the outside of Wealthy Investor and Electrica between them. They're followed then by the post-time favourite Dr. Evil, who sits on the inside of Alfano. 2 further back to Yika at this point from DiMaggio, who under the circumstances from the gate has probably got the best spot you could hope for. Further back to Siren Star, Go Troppo, and the last 2 Phillipsburg on the inside of Real Peace. Peace. Forecaster leads at the 550 metres from Moorestown. Now come Vain Invader being scrubbed up on the rails. Further back then to Baranoff pulling out on the outside of Leith. Wealthy Investor back on the rails. Dr. Evil's hunting the fence. And Alfano's hooking deep as Forecaster skips away a little bit at this point. At the 250, Forecaster raced 2-3 in front from Baranoff. Then came Leith. Dr. Evil making some ground towards the fence. Forecaster's getting tired. Baranoff, Alfano and Electrica bursting through. Forecaster in front. Electrica dived. Oh, might have got it. Photo finish here, Electrica. Diving there at Forecaster. A close-up Alfano and Real Peace flew home. Then came Lease from Dr. Evil, Wealthy Investor, Baranoff, Go Troppo, Vain Invader, Siren Star, Moorestown and Phillipsburg Photo.
We'll wait for the replay. We'll have a couple of looks at this. Has Electrica arrived in time? There's Forecaster the grey, and here's Electrica in the black colours coming out after it. Alfano out wider, and then Real Peace late. Oh, very little in this. Can't tell on that. Shutter cam.
Oh.
Can't tell on that. And we're going to find out in a moment because I think the photo's about to go up. We might have a look at this photo. Electrica and the grey Forecaster on the rails. And hopefully that grey nose is nice and clear because sometimes they can throw you a bit. Head on, not a lot of good to us at the moment. Electrica getting through. Still no number. Very, very tight, Ronnie.
Yeah, I got no opinion. I might be a dead heat. It's taking a while, obviously, the grey nose. And at first glance, I thought Electrica got the bob in.
So did I.
And then you have a look at them slow-mos, and there's nothing in this. There's nothing in it. It's, no, I'm not even... Each to their own. You're still alive if you got on one of them. And you might, even though you might only get half, but you're still a chance of getting the lot or nothing.
Here it comes now.
Oh,
see now that grey nose, it just...
Dead heat or inside, you'd have to say.
They've put up... Now they've put up 13. They've put up Forecaster. Number 13. Number 13 is in the frame over 11 Electrica. Those grey noses, when the photo comes down, you'd want to have a really clear picture, which the judge does have at his disposal in the box, but it can be tricky. And 13 beats 11. 15 has run third. Number 15, Alfano, and 8 has run fourth, and that is Real Peace. So 13, 11, 15 and 8. Just double checking there's no dead heat. No. Waiting on the race time in the last 600. 13, 11, 15 and 8. 1:35.41. The race time, 1:35.41.
Probably the outsider. Free stayed in, and there's the light. Ready to go. Class 3 highway over 1,200 metres. It's an open betting race, as they often are. Racing now. There's a pretty good line out. Iron Will has jumped particularly well, eyeing off the lead from Sapedo Beauty. Wizard of Oz jumped well, so did Zaru, but caught on the outside of Do Pride Star slicing through. Then came Celire and a bunch from Denny Gal up the inside. Just Go Bang in the club colours. Free State's cast pretty deep now, followed by Pure Fuego and the blue cap. Getting up the inside is Jumbe. Tags is drifting back. Now Melody again's on a wide path, going to fourth last now in advance of Tate the Kitty. and Vilified is the last one inside the 600, and Iron Will in front from Sapito Beauty and Zaru over racing in third, 3 wide. Then Wizard of Oz from Do Pride Star, further back to Denny Gal. Salire's wider out, Just Go Bang on the fence. Coming up the rise now, Iron Will and Zaru on the outside, just about level. Sapito Beauty under pressure, Wizard of Oz scraping paint, then Do Pride Star. Salire's running on fairly well. Iron Will just in front of Zaru, who's got the job to get there. Iron Will's kicking. Now Salire heading top gear. Iron Will in front from Salire, and Iron Will's going to lead all the way. Iron Will beats Salire. I think Zaru third, just in front of Wizard of Oz, and Tag's doing its best work late. Then Do Pride Star from Yun Bay, Just Go Bang. Further back to Melody again, who had a wide trip from Pure Fuego. Then came Denny Gal from Take the Kitty, Free State and Vilified.
Iron Will, number 9, Billy Owen and Tash Burley. They had every opportunity to run him down and they couldn't. They tried hard. Salire was late and Zaru was just battling on, but they couldn't get past Iron Will.
He's just a good, tough, genuine highway performer. Just needed the run there first up. That toughened him up for this race. Salire, desperate to win another race. He's run well again. He was tough, the third horse, a consistent, proven highway before. The horse that had no luck there was up along the inside there, Wizard of Oz. I want to see the head on here. He just follows the favourite, the winner through there. There's not much room to move and no run there, and just gets disappointed for a run where there was no run there at all. So a little excuse there for Wizard of Oz, who's run up to his trial. A run comes from there, but it's too late. But all honours with the winner. He does it both ends, and the other one who's nearly ready to win is Tags as well.
9, 4, 2 and 6. 9, 4, 2 and 6. Iron Will, Billy Owen, Tash Burley, Salire, Rawilla and Crockett, Zaru, Lloyd and Joe Burgess. 6 has run fourth. 9, 4, 2 and 6. And the race time was 1:10. Well done, Tash. You must have been looking at all those challenges. Where are they going to come from? Where are they? But he just kept on going.
Yeah, a lot of challenges. Sticky barrier again. Up in the air about what sort of run we're going to have. But, geez, he was tough. Super, super tough. Like 2 weeks ago, that run was really brave also. So I knew that he had improved on his fitness that little bit coming here today. He just needed luck. And Billy rode him beautifully. Had to take him to the front. He jumped quite well, but super tough. Very, very proud of him.
You'd like to hope that he could come back and win one more highway.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he was only a Class 2, so now he's a Class 3, and he's totally entitled to come back here and be in another highway. So it's good times.
Well done, Tash.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Of 1,800 metres, James McDonald in the saddle. Third Australian start, Masquerade, who's locked in now. The lights on. Gates well out here with the rail out. Racing now. And Apache Bell jumped well. So did Ita. Sophia's Magic being sent forward. And going forward, what out? Love the Invasion with 1A as well. Good go for the lead. Masquerade going around the field off the course. Followed then by Decadent Tail from Boot Scooter, Apache Bell, Endorphins. Bartio Del Miss last. Loved the Invasions. Come out guns blazing and leads at the 1,400 metres. And Masquerade was sent forward from the outside gate to go to a clear second. Sophia's Magic third. Ida fourth. The rails now on the inside of 1A. 2 lengths further back to Decadent Tail. It gets well back in the field on the outside of Boot Scooter as the field strings out. Couple off to Apache Bell from Endorphins, and 2.5 away to the grey Bartio Del Mist, who'll be about 14 lengths off the leader. which has loved the invasion, starting the run down the side. Out by 2 lengths on Masquerade doing the chasing. A gap back to Sophia's Magic. Then 1A sat on the outside of Ida. Further back to Decadent Tale. So the favourites, 2 lengths between them, both in the running line. Boot Scooters down on the fence. Then Apache Bell, Endorphins. Barcio Del Miss last. Love the invasion leads at the 600. A length now on Masquerade. A length and a half to Sophia's Magic still travelling. Then Ida on the rails from 1A. Decadent Taylor's pulling deeper out as they round the corner now. And it's Love the Invasion just in front of Masquerade. Sophia's Magic revved up. 1A revved up. Decadent Tail gets right to the outside. 1A goes on with the job at the 300 metres. Moved up to Sophia's Magic. Masquerade trying to fight back, doing a good job of that. Decadent Tail's labouring now. Boot Scooter makes ground on the rails. Masquerade shaking off Sophia's Magic. Masquerade gets a length clear now. Boot Scooter with the last shot at them. It's going to be too late. And Masquerade, its third Australian start, breaks through today, beating Boot Scooter. Sophia's Magic third. Then came 1A from Ita, Endorphins, Apache Bell, Decadent Tail deeper out, Butcher Del Mist. Love the Invasion, really out of bullets at the end and finished last.
And that's why McDonald's the best. Go back and watch that race from start to finish in the ride. Going forward, fighting the leaders back. Away from the rail, Ronnie, before any trouble could happen. And then it was up to Masquerade.
Yeah, just got into a beautiful rhythm. He just doesn't have to ride favourites, McDonald. You can put him on anything. And, she's just too good. An import that they obviously bring over here thinking they're better than benchmark 78 grade. She just needed a few seasoning runs, but, well, up to the 1800 today, it was just a different situation altogether. So, wasn't a strong race, but she's on her way now, and it was too good for Boot Scooter there. And an improved run from the stablemate of the winner, Sophia's Magic. 2 favourites, very, very disappointing there, Ita and Decadent Tail.
So, doesn't ride a favourite today, McDonald, and he's 2 wins up in the first 4 races, and he didn't have... I know he had a ride on Pure Fago in the highway. No, 2 out of 3 rides. 5, 8, 6 and 7. 5, 8, 6 and 7 after race 4. Well done, Chris. A win for John Ferguson in his colours.
Yeah, great man. And he's got a good group of people, investors in this Natalma group. They buy mares and put value on them and send them to the right stallions and end up selling them at wherever their destination is. So, yeah, it's good to be able to train a horse or 2 for him. He's an amazing horseman, and what he's done with setting up Godolphin and all the other things behind the scenes is a pleasure to be involved with him.
James got everything right there.
He sure did, yeah. I left it a little bit open, but I guess stepping up to 1400, from 14 to 18, earmuffs off, she was just a little bit keen today, hence the reason why she was that bit closer.
Well done.
Thank you.
Which are positioned right out on the outside fence with the rail out today, so they're locked and loaded, and the light is on. Racing now, they're off, and a pretty good line out overall. Don Pedro being sent forward with Verbeck. Wineglass Bay going forward. Too Much Caviar going forward as well. Carmaguay settles 5th. They're followed then to Special Envoy, who got back in the field from Mutamani. Further back to Touristic on the inside at Tip of the Spear. Mahogany and Trust, the process of the last 2. Don Pedro leads at the 1400 metres. Too Much Caviar happy to sit in second. Then Verbeck and a length and a half back to Wineglass Bay. Has been put in a great spot again by James McDonald. Several lengths further back to Special Envoy is probably midfield at this point of the race as they work down the back of the course. They're followed after 2 lengths then to Mutamani from Touristic, Tip of the Spear, Mahogany, and Trust the Process is the last one. Don Pedro leads now down the high street side of the course from Too Much Caviar. Verbeck third, 4th the outside is Wineglass Bay. 2 lengths away to Carmaguay, who's just concealed there down the back on the outside of Special Envoy. Kamagway. Then came Mudamani on the outside of Touristic. Tip of the spear, Mahogany. Trust the process is still last of all. 600 to go now. Don Pedro a half in front to Too Much Caviar. Then Verbeck. Wineglass Bay given every hope by McDonald. Special Envoy revved up a bit by Hieronymus on the fence. Kamagway pulling out. Touristic gets clean air now, getting to the outside together with Mudamani. Up the rise now, and it's Too Much Caviar, the outside of Don Pedro. Wineglass Bay chimes in. Kamagway's chiming in as well. 2 lengths away then to Touristic. Something's wrong with Mudamani to run last. Kamagway and Wineglass Bay slogging it out now. Kamagway on the outside of Wineglass Bay. Kamagway gets the head in front, getting the upper hand, and Kamagway races clear to beat Wineglass Bay and Touristic. A gap back to Too Much Caviar, clinging on to fourth, followed then by Tip of the Spear, Trust the Process, then Don Pedro from Verbeck, Mahogany. Special Envoy was gone a long way out. Mudamani as well. Must be a problem there. It's finished tailed off.
Yeah, the big boys are back in town. Nashrawilla guiding Kamagway to a win there for Kim Waugh. Arms and legs going everywhere. Nashrawilla in his unmistakable style. Too good. Wineglass Bay and Touristic. Nash and McDonald 1-2. Waiting for the numbers to go up. 7's the winner.
Yeah, in typical Nashrawilla style, as you said, he's just the power of Nash, as we say. And he lifted that horse. He's been struggling to win another race, but he didn't have much luck at his previous start, but he was just put into a beautiful spot and presented off a nice speed at the right time, and too good. What do we want to say about the rest? Not too much. He had every hope there, Wineglass Bay, but probably tops him off. The horse to follow is Tip of the Spear, who was winding into his work there late, not doing a bad job. Touristic, just a little bit one pace there, but all honours with the winner. Lovely ride, well-deserved win.
7, 8, 4 and 3. 7, 8, 4 and 3. Kamagway, Nashrawilla for Kim Waugh, Wineglass Bay, McDonald and Waller, Touristic, Schofield for the Snowdens. The time was... Well done, Kim. You didn't have a lot of luck last start, but Nashy was there today.
No, we didn't. He had a lovely run last start and went to get up the fence, and then the horse came back on him and just cleaned him up. So it was a bit of a non-event, but he rode him beautifully today, and he was just too strong. He's been going like he'll run a trip. Yep. And I was talking to Darren Beedman, because they used to have him, and said, I reckon he'll run 2,000, this horse. But,
so you'll try him at that?
Yeah, definitely. He's just... he just is strong. He's very strong to the line.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Nash. You jumped on at the right time. You had a nice run, and he was really good today.
Yeah, look, he's sort of put the writing on the wall his last couple, I thought. Obviously Roy was just a bit stiff the other day. Went that run on the fence and the closes he got there, but when he came in on the Kenzo and was 3 wide the whole way and boxed on like he did with the big weight, you could tell he'd be very competitive here.
Did he always travel like the winner?
He did, yeah. Look, he travelled beautiful throughout the race. The girl looking after him gave me a good heads up about a few of his little things he can do before the race, and that really helped today. And the horse did the rest. He's in good form.
Nice to be back.
He's good to be back, yeah. My word.
Lighters on for the Macellan College. Stand by for a start. Plundering is the favourite. They're racing. Nosy Parker missed the kick a half length. Plundering jumped well, but it's very wide early, and Star Mistress zips up the inside to take the lead. Going forward is Little Bayer in advance of King of Naples. Terra Star, the Rouse, and Plundering 3 wide. Lloyd just summing up the situation, trying to ease in. Windchat's underneath, firing up. They're followed then by Nosy Parker, so the favourite's caught 3 wide. Plundering. Second half of the field now gently rolled clear from Ventalope, straight ace of the fence from Capital Queen, and 2 lengths away to Pure Hydrogen. 800 metres to go. Star Mistress in front, and Plundering's let stride forward on the outside, doing plenty of work here on the outside of Little Bayer. Boy, Win Chat won't drop its head, followed by getting up the inside Terra Star with a good run inside King of Naples. Then Nosy Parker gently rolled Ventilope, straight Ace well back on the fence from Capital Queen and Pure Hydrogen. Star Mitra swings in front from the favourite Plundering, who's done it tough on the outside of Little Bayer. Then Win Chat. King of Naples looks to be travelling well, being guided into the clear now. Star Mitra being tackled by Plundering, but now King of Naples is lengthening in a three-wide spot. Plundering got to the front. King of Naples is going to it strongly. Wide out, gently rolled. King of Naples gets to the front. King of Naples beat Plundering. Gently rolled, made up mid-lengths for third. Terra Star up the fence fourth. Then came Straight Acer, who hit the line well when clear. From Nosy Parker, Ventilope, Star Mistress, then Little Bayer. Win Chat beat himself way too keen from Capital Queen and Pure Hydrogen.
Nash again, back to back, race to race. This time on King of Naples for John O'Shea. He just had a little bit of waiting to do to get out into the clear when Winchat dropped off, and away it went. Number 2, King of Naples, Nash Rawilla a double, John O'Shea the trainer.
Yep, he puts two together now, and he another masterful Nash Rawilla ride into the clear at the right time and lifted over the line there. Pretty close for second there. Inside Plundering, well, this race was just decided by the barriers. King of Naples had the better draw, and Plundering did all the work and was gallant in defeat again with another second there. And gently rolled, it was going to beat them in 3 more strides. It was excellent. There might have been a bit of tightening here near the line. I'm just going to have a look here. The horse in the middle there might have been Little Bayer. Just finds a bit of trouble late here. No, maybe it's okay. But all honours with the winner. Put in the right spot. Got his... just was a little bit of tightening late there, but all honours with the winner.
Plundering's got second over on the inside, and Gently Rolled has run third, number 8. It's good to see these top riders in action today. McDonald and now Nash joins in, Johnny.
Yeah, no, they bring so much to the table, and we're lucky to get Nash on today, because Tom, was keen to get him on because he thought he'd suit the horse, and I'd say it's a fair call.
Yep, he had him beautifully placed and just had to be patient waiting for that run.
It actually suits him though, Greg, because he's got a good turn of speed, and so the longer you can hold him up, the better it is for him. You can see he had plenty to offer, and he come very quick. He can stargaze a little, but no, that was a beautiful ride by Nash and a good result for the team. Cheers.
Well, Nash landed in a beautiful spot. Just had to wait for that gap to open, but John was just saying it's probably a good thing for him.
Yeah, look, to be fair, he's a promising horse who's still learning his craft. He's not real fond of the whip, and sort of had that in the back of my mind, although he really needed one there at the 100. Fine line sometimes whether you give him one or not, but what I loved about him is the way when I went back to Hands and Heels and really popped the question, he kept on him for me, and yeah, look, he's got a good turn of foot, and I just rode him to use that today.
He stepped up to Saturday grade today. Can he go on with it, or is Saturday grade his sort of mark?
No, look, everyone wants a Saturday horse in Sydney, don't worry about that. And look, he's the sort of horse, I think he's on the way up, he's on an upward spiral. Definitely more races in him, and fingers crossed now he makes it to black type,
Well done.
I think he can.
Race 7 at Randwick.
Ready to go, Mogo Magic the favourite. Set now. racing. Mogo Magic's jumped out fairly well. Rebel Dean, Smashing Eagle, Vindication, Authentic Jewel all showing speed, and now in the orange jacket Mogo Magic is slicing through. Authentic Jewel being joined by Mogo Magic. No Statement still there on the fence being restrained. Vindication going through into fourth now. Diamond Dealer deeper out, together with Rebel Dean. Tintuki back on the fence, followed then by Eastern Glow, Smashing Eagle, and IQ the last one. Authentic Jewel in front from the favourite Mogo Magic. No Statement leaders back down the inside at Vindication. Diamond Dealer 3 wide, then Rebel Dean. Back on the inside, Tintuki there with the white face in advance of Eastern Glow. Authentic Jewel 350 metres to run, a length clear from Mogo Magic. Nick Hayward popped the question now to the favourite, and now Mogo Magic draws level with Authentic Jewel. 2 lengths away to Vindication. Then came No Statement. Tintuki's making some ground. Mogo Magic trying to beat off Authentic Jewel. Vindication stays on. Mogo Magic in front, and the Magic Show continues. 5 out of 5 for Mogo Magic, holding off Vindication, and Smashing Eagle rattling home. No idea about fourth. IQ, Tintuki, Eastern Glow, Diamond Dealer wide out. They got to Authentic Jewel late, then No Statement and Rebel Dean.
Well, what more does he have to do? He's probably only got one more thing to tick, and that's a 1,200 metre box. But if you got a ticket in the Cossie, you'd love to be picking him right at this very moment. He keeps winning. He's a winner. 5 out of 5 unbeaten.
He's got desire, that's what he's got. He had to sit outside a very fast filly there, or mare, and then he didn't have the fence to work with today, but he did it from outside the leader in a high-pressure test, and they were always going to be flying at him late, and Vindication loomed at the right time, and a big run there from Smashing Eagle, who's got the foot on the till as well. But you can only win, and he did it up in class today after, I think, doing a bit of work again. So you'll have to love his desire.
Can't wait to hear from Nick Hayward with Chantel about how he felt not being able to control that race from the rails, but he virtually did from outside the leader. And we're waiting on Scott Collings to come down and have a chat to us. He said to us pre-race that yes, he still does excite us, and he keeps setting a new bar. Well, he did it today, and he's still unbeaten 5 out of 5. Let's take it step by step. He wasn't brilliant away today. How are you feeling when he had to sit outside the leader?
Oh, it was probably a good thing today that he was a bit slow away, because he's shown everyone that he's not just a leader, he can have a sit as well.
Okay, so another string to his bow.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it was a good job with 60 kilos, first time in benchmark grade, and to win like he did, good effort.
Nick was still able to control things and do what he wanted to do outside that leader.
Well, that was it. Nick said that from when we were in the birdcage there, that he said he just wanted to ride the race and dictate how he wanted to.
Now, you've got all eyes on the Kosciuszko. You've got a 1,200 metre box to tick. Does he do that prior to the Kosciuszko? Is there another run at 1,200?
The plan is now he'll go home, have a break. He'll trial at Goulburn on the day the slots have drawn, and then we'll have a crack at 1,200 before we go into the Cossie.
So you'll have one run, but by the time you get to that 1,200 metre race, you're hopefully already going to be picked and locked in.
Yes, that's the plan.
What do you think about 1,200? What's your gut tell you?
I think on today's efforts, 1,200's not going to be a problem.
Horse of a lifetime for you?
Yeah, it certainly is. He's the best horse I've ever had.
I hope he keeps going for you. Well done.
Thank you.
Scott Collings. Now, let's get the story from Nick Hayward.
He's exciting. How good is he?
We still haven't got to the bottom of him yet. I just like the way that he come back to me and let that leader go, and geez, he let rip today.
Were you in two minds whether to keep pushing on or you had to sit outside the leader? Were you happy with that?
I was quite comfortable to let the leader go. It went a nice enough clip. We didn't go too quick, so we dictated, but I knew that in his work, we've been teaching him to sit off, and he's just going straight past us. So it worked out ideal today, and Scotty's doing an amazing job with his horses, and we're having a good season, and lucky enough to get that one through before the end.
And just with the feel of him, 1,200, it's not going to be a problem?
I don't think so. He puts himself in a winning position from the get-go, and you know, a lot of horses make their own luck, and he's one of them.
If I were you, I'd be going and cleaning his box out every morning.
Look after him, don't worry.
Well done, Nick.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, I just can't see the market there. Can someone tell me what price he is now in the Kosciuszko? Have they firmed up? He's still $6.
There's the light. We're good to go in race 8, the Cambridge Media. Stand by for a start. Ready? And they're racing. Insurrection jumped really well from the wide gate. Rubinoki immediately up on the outside of it. Garrison's going to land a good spot together with Kerr, Real and Conscript just easing back to 5th. They're followed a couple of lengths further back to Curtis Island on the inside of Deepore. Foxfighter deeper out. Rupertar being snagged back from Samud and Inver Park last. Insurrection got to the fence to lead from the speedy Rubinoki. Parked the outside. Kerr Real leaders back. Third inside Garrison. 2 lengths to Conscript is hanging on the turn. On the outside there of Curtis Island. A couple off to Deepore. And Samud heads the rest of they turn. Insurrection held together by Lloyd. Turns the corner a length in front of Rubinoki. Garrison stoked up, running on well. Curiel going up the fence and 2 lengths away to Curtis Island. Insurrection really being tested now by Garrison and Curiel on the rails. Further back to Deepore running on. Insurrection kicking. Insurrection kept going. And that wraps up the Apprentice's title for Zach Lloyd. Insurrection makes it 3 in a row, beating Curiel. Deepore third, Garrison fourth, followed by Curtis Island. Then came Inver Park running on well, the import. Further back to Foxfighter, Rupertar, Rubinoki weakened out. Conscript never travelled, and Samut was last in.
Well, congratulations, young man. Zach Lloyd becomes the champion apprentice for the racing season. Dylan Gibbons and he have been in a battle for many, many weeks. And at the moment, he'll win it with 76 wins for the 12 months. Now, to put that into perspective, only 2 jockeys have ridden more winners, 2 apprentice jockeys have ridden more winners in a season. And they were both champions. Wayne Harris back in 1980-81 finished the season with 89, and Malcolm Johnston, unlikely to be ever beaten, in 75-76. He rode 107.5 wins. And then there's Zach Lloyd on 76. So an amazing 12 months. They've given us so much to talk about. And you look at Tyler Schiller back there in third spot on 61. That would have won just about every title in the last 40 years. So to have these 3 boys running on the premiership behind McDonald, second, third and fourth, and Zach Lloyd winning the premiership, it's just an amazing 12 months for all of them, but particularly the champion, Zach Lloyd.
Yeah, congratulations on a marvellous achievement from a young man who's done so much in such a short time, and he's got we keep saying it, an amazing future. And what a good little training performance by Michael, just nurturing this horse. He just loves the fight up front, and he just keeps delivering. They just got a little rest up front there, those leaders, so it turned into an on-pace race. It was a much better run from Coeur Royale from an inside draw, and Deepore was doing his best work late, but really never a winning hope. But all honours with the winner, who's in great form, and the confidence in the market stood out there, and he delivered.
There's the horse that sealed it. Put it beyond doubt. Insurrection. Channy's about to catch up with the champion apprentice in just a moment, but first to the trainer, Michael Freedman. You've sealed the premiership for the young boy, and more importantly, you've got to win it for yourself.
Oh, no, it's all about Zach. No, terrific. You know, I was just saying, he's sort of every trainer's dream, this little horse. He's just such a gutsy little horse. He's very easy to train, just, fronts up and he hasn't really, to my mind, in any of his starts, run a bad race. He's had a few genuine excuses with wet tracks and that, but he's obviously in a rich vein of form at the moment, so we'll have to sort of go home and sort of have a bit of a think about where we go to from here.
Well done, Michael.
Thank you.
Here he is, the man of the moment.
Zach, congratulations, you've done it.
Yeah, it's a very surreal feeling. I've got to thank this horse. He's really kept me alive the last few weeks. He's given me 3 winners on the bounce, and big thank yous to obviously everyone who supported me this year. I wouldn't have expected it coming here only probably a year ago, so massive thrill, and I'm very proud of myself.
Have you put pressure on yourself?
The last few weeks I have. I thought early on there wasn't much pressure because no one expected me to win, but the last few months when I've made a good surge and I've built a lot of connections, and the last few days they've been really good but stressful at the same time, but I wouldn't change it.
Can you do it again next year?
We'll see. I'll be giving my best shot. I'll be staying in my time obviously till I'm out next November, so straight back into it Wednesday.
How's the support from Mum and Dad been?
Yeah, really good. My dad's been down maybe the last month just to help me out with the essentials like cooking and cleaning. I'm not too great at, so no, they've been really good to me, and my mum's obviously here. She's a massive stress head, and she's been very nervous the last few weeks, and I'm really happy to do it for my family. It's obviously my dad was a very good jockey, so it's good to follow in his footsteps.
And just lastly on this horse, he's absolutely flying.
Yeah, full credit to the team. He is honestly flying. He just builds so nice in his races, and he's the strongest to the line every race, and it's hard to believe with the sectionals he runs early, so massive credit to Michael and for keeping him fit like this, and I'm sure he's got some better races in him.
Just before I let you go, you've ticked off the apprentice's goal. What's next?
A lot. There's still a lot to achieve in this game, and I'm very excited for the journey, and hopefully I can just stay grounded and continue the support of obviously Godolphin. They've been really good to me this season, and I hope to build a good connection with them in the future.
Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Shaq.
And here they are. Here's Mum and Dad. Champion jockey Jeff Lloyd. Mum and Dad are going to pose for photos after that long 12 months, this battle with best friends, Gibbons and Lloyd. He's the champion apprentice for this season. Well done. Just about all in. Here's Darren for the second last.
Just about ready for the 9th here at Randwick. Newcastle Knights putting on a clinic down at Canberra this afternoon. 26-0 in front. Light is on now and we're ready to go on the 9th at Randwick. Stand by. Racing now. And Estadio Mestalla was last out. Casino Kid getting back. Battleton wasn't sharp out either. Stonecoat won the start, racing to the lead. From Kiss the Bride, King of the Castles used the good draw to be there in third. Then Silent Agenda, and now Estadio Mestalla pulls its way into fifth in front of Battleton. Tazarl in the second half of the field just from Athabaskan. Then came Bazooka. Casino Kid, Super Pursuiter dropped back to last. Stonecoat led the way. Out by a length on Silent Agenda is doing the chasing, getting within 3/4 of the leader. Then Kiss the Bride racing on the outside of King of the Castle. Further back to Estadio Mestalla is pulling again today. Probably not as bad as a fortnight ago, but it sits on the outside of Battleton. Then came Tazarl, who travels nicely back in the field. Further back to Athabaskan from Bazooka. Casino Kid. Super Pursuit is the last one. Favourite in front, Stonecoat, at the 650 by a half now on Silent Agenda. Followed by King of the Castle on the inside of Kiss the Bride, and Estadio Mestalla given a bit of rain now. Moves up into a 3-wide position, and McAvoy starts to rev it up. Further back to Battleton, and Tazarlo gets onto its back as they turn for home. It's Stonecoat in front from Silent Agenda. Stonecoat wound up now from Silent Agenda, sticking to the task. King of the Castle in third, followed by Battleton coming off heels, and Tazarlo starting to wind up wide out. It's Stonecoat, Tazarlo wide out, and now King of the Castle drives through the middle. King of the Castle and Tazarlo fighting it out. King of the Castle and Tazarlo goes back to back. Tazarl knocked off King of the Castle. Stonecoat third. Photo fourth between Battleton and Silent Agenda. Followed then by Athabascan, Estadio Mestea from Super Pursuit, Bazooka, Kiss the Bride, Casino Kid.
Tazarl, number 11, Chad Schofield for Peter and Paul Snowden. Chad Schofield getting out after Dylan Gibbons on King of the Castle and wheels the whip and grabs him right on the line. 11 Tazarl will win, beating King of the Castle 10, and it'll be 7 Stonecoat third in front of 14 Silent Agenda fourth.
Yeah, we've been singing Nash's praises for 2 brilliant rides earlier in the day, McDonald's praises, Lloyd's praises, but that will go close to the ride of the day. You know, sticky draw. He got him one off the fence, balanced him beautifully and presented him perfectly, Chad Schofield. So there's 2 for 2. This preparation, he's come back a better horse, as you see, with these imports, and he's ticked it off again here, running right through the line. So nice horse. Given a beautiful ride by Gibbons, the second horse, had his chance there and fought hard, as he always does, King of the Castle, and Stonecoat seemed to have his chance, battled on okay.
Well, he's one of 9 of our champion apprentices riding at this meeting today. Winners of the apprentices title down through the years include Rachel King, Robbie Dolan, Tyler Schiller, Sam Clipperton, Chad Schofield, Clark, Timmy Clark, Jay Ford, Kathy O'Hara, and of course now Zach joins that list today. They're all riding here at this meeting today. 9 champion apprentices all riding at this one meeting. And here's Chad coming back. So he'd be pretty proud of his cousin and what he's achieved, being a former champion apprentice himself. And Paul Snowden will be pretty proud of what Tazarl has achieved 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's certainly pleasing. Sort of first racing prep here, he was quite aggressive and just wouldn't switch off in his races at all. And this time we really concentrated on getting him to relax and just come back underneath the rider, and he's a completely different horse. Even at home, right from day one, since we got him back, he's just wanted to drop the bit and relax, and it's certainly showing in his races. He was a little bit on the chewy, a little bit in that sedate tempo that we got today, but the turn of foot was still there, which was impressive.
So now he's putting it together. Can he go on to something better?
Yeah, well, look, his European form has certainly suggests sort of that sweet spot, sort of mile 1800. I don't know if he's relaxing well enough for 2000 yet, but maybe that will come in a little bit of time. But he's always been a good cut of a horse. He's got a good action on him, and that turn of foot's there late, which that'll get you out of trouble more times than not.
Well done.
Thank you.
Paul Snowden there, and here is Chad. He watched cousin Zach win the title just moments ago. He himself a champion apprentice here in Sydney, and going to be a real force. He's got another 12 months to look forward to. Here he is with Shani.
Well done, Chad. You landed in a nice position from a tricky draw, and he was able to get the job done.
He did, yeah. I was a little bit concerned, obviously, with the times they've been running today and the pattern of the races, but Paul said to me before the race, just bring him back, get him to switch off, and because that's all they've been training him to do. And I did that. He relaxed beautifully off a nice speed, and I got a nice cut up around the turn, and when I exposed him, he actually quickened and gave me a feel of a nice horse.
Paul mentioned that they want to step him up, but he's still not relaxing enough, but you seem to think he relaxed enough?
You can still feel he's got a lot to learn. Big, strong, gross horse. Still a little bit raw, but I think we keep doing that with him, and relaxing over, mile and a quarter, mile and a half later will be no issue.
Well done, Chad.
Thank you.
Okay, 1 to go. 11, 10, 7 and 14 on the 9th. 135.49 home in 34.41, that last 600.
And Missile Stakes Day at Rosehill next Saturday, the first of consecutive Saturdays in Sydney's West. Ready to go. Here at Royal Randwick, the light is on. Racing in the last, and a terrific line out. Wind Shadow split the line just in front. Banana Queen's right there with Super Friendship and Sunborn on the rails. Then came Cruel Summer. Very deep out on the course is River Plate looking for a better position. Back in the field now is Mirror View from 10 Bells. Strombus looks deep. Cast deep there on the outside of Belarus. Then Excelidas, and then again is the last one. Wind Shadow on the fence being tested by River Plate. Banana Queen gets the great spot third on the outside of Sunborn. They're followed then by Cruel Summer, Mirror View, Super Friendship, Strombus on a wide par from Belarus. Excelidas buried down on the fence as they travel to the turn from 10 Bells, and then again's last. Only about 6 lengths off the lead. Wind Shadow's been well supported. Leads the way coming around the corner from River Plate. Sunborn locked up. Banana Queen keeps it in, followed by Cruel Summer, and further back to Strombus. Coming up the rise now. Wind Shadow just the leader from River Plate. Banana Queen being cuddled here at the 300 metres. Down the outside, and again, and Strombus running on. Wind Shadow shows the way by a half now, and Banana Queen down the outsiders, and again looks to be the one, and again goes to Wind Shadow, and again won the last. Ran down Wind Shadow, or Belarus hit the line hard. Photo for second. Strombus flashed home into fourth, and Banana Queen didn't let down. Then Sunborn from Mirror View, Cruel Summer, 10 Bells with late headway. From River Plate, Excelidas, Super Friendship last.
14 and again. It was the last emergency, the second emergency in the field. Gets into the race and wins. Jay Ford and Joe Pride on the featherweight of 52 kilo has rushed home down the outside to get the money. That is win number 2 at start number 20. It had been 867 days since that maiden victory. 5 Belarus is going to run second, and number 8 Wind Shadow is going to run third. I think Strombus should be in fourth spot. And again down the outside. Well, you couldn't have had enough on Banana Queen when they turned for home, or at the 300, but then you didn't want any part of her at the 250. Nash hadn't moved a muscle. It looked like she was just going to cruise past them, and she gave naught.
She found nothing, didn't she? She went from travelling to absolutely nothing. She was bolting, as you said, on the turn, and we were thinking, come on, Nash, let her go, and no sooner or later she did, and there was nothing there. And again, she deserved that win. 123 weeks since she recorded her very first win a long, long time ago at Gosford. It's taken her 19 more starts to get another win, and at start number 20 she's recorded her first victory, her first win for the new stable, and just off the way she'd been presenting, she deserved it. She settled back at the tail of the field with a good tempo, and she got over the top. Late Belarus was brilliant second up. She really improved from her first up run, and another honest run there from Wind Shadow. Strombus wasn't too bad late.
I'm just trying to work out the dates. 13th of March 2021. Were we in the depths of COVID when she won?
I remember the win. It was at Gosford.
Was there anyone there? This might be the first time she's won in front of a crowd.
Possibly.
Anyway, here's Joe, and again, came with a lovely finish.
Yeah, look, she's been racing really consistently, and she's got obviously the tag of being a bit of a being a non-winner, but I think she's been very honest and genuine. You get some horses that genuinely don't want to win. I think she's been really honest, and she's been racing, I wouldn't say out of her grade, but she's having only won one race, to compete consistently in Saturday grade. It's not easy. That was good today. She was never going to lose that. Jay had a stranglehold on her the whole race and just eased to the outside, and she let down really well. So that was very good.
Sometimes when they win one, they can win again.
We've seen it before, haven't we? So no, it was good. She's got another 12 months of racing left in her, and she changed ownership a couple of preps ago, and I think there's some more fun to come. She's a lovely mare.
Good, well done, Joe.
Thank you.
And here's Jay.
Jay, well done. She settled beautifully, and she had the race won a fair way up.
Yeah, she travelled really well, obviously. Race unfolded really well for us. Nice, genuine speed. She had 52 on her back. She's been knocking on the wall, so it's good to see her break through. It's been a while, but Joe said she's in really good form, and like I said, the race unfolded really nice for her. She really flourished to the line, so she's always shown good ability, so it's good to see her get that second win on the board.
That'd have to give her confidence now, wouldn't it?
You'd think so. She really lengthened well for us, so she's shown what she's capable of, so like you said, hopefully that'll give her confidence moving forward, and it won't be her last.
Well done.
So.
1:16.74 the race time for the last. 14, 5, 8 and 13. That wraps things up from Royal Randwick. Next Saturday, Missile Stakes at Rose Hill. We travel west for our next Saturday meeting and the first day of the new season.
Don't you know